Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Special Moment with Stevie D. I'm your host, Michael Renfro, and in this special episode, colleagues and friends have gathered to share their stories in this first ever Stevie D roast. As you all know, a traditional roast is when admirers of a celebrity share faux insults about the host, thus resulting in an evening of jest and jocularity. Who am I kidding? Stevie D has no friends or well-wishers, only ex-wives, collection agencies, and bounty hunters who want to know his whereabouts. As John Updike famously wrote, Stevie D, a man we are simultaneously both attracted to and repulsed by, much as a fly is to barf. We also want to thank Luigi at Luigi's Italian Restaurant in Pacifica for providing the food for tonight's show. At this time, I'd like to introduce our first ex-friend of Stevie D's. Please welcome his oldest friend, Mr. Charles Richfield.
Ladies and gentlemen, those of you who had to pay to be here tonight, I'm not sure how many of you know just how corrupt, morally deficient, and hairy Stevie D really is. It's disgusting. And that's being kind. I mean, I've actually seen him with his clothes off. And it's not good. Most of you don't realize how close Stevie D and I were growing up. We shared everything together. Girls, money, jobs, businesses, even underwear. I know what you're thinking. How could a kind, humane person like myself ever become such close friends with this degenerate? I don't want to bring up specifics because it will shock children, grandmothers, and pregnant women alike. I'm not going to bring up his terribly addictive gambling habits, his over-excessive drinking, and womanizing. Sorry, ladies. I'm not going to tell you about his violent streaks while watching Ohio State lose to Michigan. What? Or how at 8 years old, he slapped his poor grandmother for not buying him a fake ID for his birthday. I really don't want to discuss this in public. It's not that I don't love him. We were so close. I used to smell his underarms at night when we slept together. He honestly had nowhere to go. So we took pity on him, and we are still pitying him today. Ladies and gentlemen, this man has been involved in so many financial scandals, we should not be seen in the same room with him. The FBI even has him on the list to deport. But they can't figure out any country that would deserve such a dirty, rotten scoundrel. I remember when Stevie D told a Girl Scout he'd buy her cookies and then ran off without paying. Or the time when in church getting communion, he grabbed the wine out of the priest's hands, chugged it all down, and then burped out in front of all the parishioners. Wait, it gets even worse. I can't talk about it. Okay, I'll try. He smells, is rude, he farts loudly in his sleep, and he kicks homeless people in the streets. There, I've said it. I feel better now. Of course, Stevie D is not inhumane. Subhuman? Maybe. But he does have strengths and weaknesses alike. Some say he is human, though many who say this are currently institutionalized. Others say he is philanthropic, but that he also swindles old ladies out of their pensions. And still, others proclaim that Stevie D, the man we all know and love, is a fiend who leers like a hawk and connives like a cat. A man who would eagerly sell his third cousin to a wandering tribe in Greenland. What more can I say? I must now excuse myself before my medication wears off. Thank you.
Oh, thank you very much. Excellent testimonial. I must say that I thought no one could possibly be as inconsiderate, tactless, or repulsive as Stevie D. But I stand corrected. Stevie D wanted me to remind everyone that you should all be very professional, cordial, and respectful. Our next guest has been involved in multiple illegal activities with Stevie D and would like to share her most intimate details and experiences. Please welcome Stevie D's current ex-wife, Deena Ragusa.
Hello and good vibrations to all of you. I am so happy to see such beautiful faces here today. I have come to pay tribute to my late husband. Ex-husband. He's not quite dead yet. I'm sorry, I slipped. I didn't mean that. Stevie D was actually a good husband when he was asleep until he started to snore. That was terrible. It kept me awake all night and I had to sleep during the day, thus upsetting my beauty sleep. And of course, my eating habits were disturbed, which made it so hard to wear my bikini to the pool. Of course, Stevie D was very, very health conscious. We had a membership at the gym and always worked out together. Swimming, yoga, Zumba. He would even do push-ups at home, which he counted. Each one of them, each one. He would often run in place and fart horribly. I guess I was very happy in those days. Sorry. He really didn't gamble that much. We were able to get our house and car back without any problems, thanks to my mother. Thanks, Mama, for being so nice to the boys from New Jersey. And he won many times. Even bought me very nice gifts at the hotel gift shops. I was always sunbathing at a pool when he gambled and took care of his Mary Maid's delivery business. Of course, everyone remembers his ingenious plan for preventative dentistry that changed how we got feelings. Things that unfortunately my mother couldn't quite understand. She was very patient with him while he studied at an overseas chiropractic school. And he always gave me flowers on my birthday, New Year's, and on my mother's birthday as well. Although he never seemed to forget to give them to her. And he was very, very nice to me 4 times a year. Thank God it was just 4 times a year. It gave me plenty of time to do my master's in psychology so that I could get a job. My mother, she kept telling me he was no good, but I just couldn't believe her. Now with my degree, I work and I make a living, paying off several of those bookies from his past. Even though we're no longer responsible for it. My mother helped him a lot, and he always meant to pay her back, and kept promising me he'd be nicer to her. Calling her ugly wasn't just a sweet little joke. He would always say it's a joke, and I never understood the joke. But my ex-husband Stevie D was so ambitious. When the local hospital contacted us for the yearly blood drive for the poor, he immediately volunteered me. And he told my mother was good for a couple of cases. Then he went to the Yukon to raise money for the locals and tell them, give me your blood and I will forever haunt you with the memory of Lijn. I couldn't understand that either. We were very different personalities, really. I loved volunteered work, and he just loved laying around the house, touching himself, and talking about bugs and clam bakes with hairy Scottish men. It was then that I realized we weren't right for each other.
Deena, darling, let me help you. I'll tell the truth. You know, I remember the first day that my beautiful daughter and Stevie D met, but I'm trying to forget that day. And even though they're divorced, thank God, I still think of him daily as I take out the trash. Oh, tomorrow's Thursday. Remember to stand by the curb so you can get picked up. I wanted someone for my beautiful daughter who was strong and handsome and mannered and worldly and wealthy and intelligent. And Stevie D was none of those. Oh, God, you're so ugly. You can make onions cry. But, you know, it's been a while since I've seen you. I like what you did with your hair, the way it comes out of your nose and your ears like that. Obviously, Stevie D divorced from my beautiful daughter, but he also divorced from personal hygiene. He doesn't bathe daily because, like his career, he's already washed up. Anyway, but let's take this show seriously because obviously his producers don't. My ex-son is apparently here to make jokes, but the only joke is him. But at least this show is filmed in this nice studio. I thought we would be filming at Highway 1 because that's where all the major wrecks usually happen. But people do find happiness watching this show when they see the credits rolling. Then they know they can finally watch something else that's much more interesting and entertaining, like that live telecast of grass growing. Yeah, they like that. And also, this show is very popular in North Korea, where they play it over and over to torture people. Stevie D, you really put the D in disaster, disappointment, delinquent, disgusting, delusional. Oh, but, seriously, I get tired of people just calling him names all the time, like sleazeball, moron, misogynistic, odorific, ugly, and fat, because he's not fat. In fact, he's in pretty good shape with all the running he does, away from me when I try to chase him down every month with an eviction notice for being 6 months behind in rent. He's got so much debt, gambling, all kinds of debt. It's surprising he's alive at all. Debt and all the binge drinking and chain smoking he does. His doctors told him he needed a transplant, but instead of removing his liver or taking out a lung, they removed his brain. Yeah, roll your eyes, Stevie D. Maybe you'll find a little bit of brain still up there. Stevie D, the first 52 years of childhood are always the hardest. But you know what? Contrary to what people say, you're not completely useless. You are the reason that God invented the middle finger. And with that, I salute you. What? I can't give him the finger? Okay, fine, right. So anyway, I just want to say, before I go, do not, under any circumstance, rent a room to Stevie D. Do not do it at any cost. Come, Deena, darling, let's go, because I will help you rebuild your life, because that's what respectable people still do. Let's go. Mom. Stay away from her.
Hey. Okay. Ladies, please, this isn't a hockey game. All right. I know, we all want to take turns. Thank you very much for that moving testimonial. Thank you. And please, as you leave the stage, don't step on my pet iguana, Iggy. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please watch this. Please watch this, unless you've got something better to do.
Hi, I'm Johnny Bag of Donuts, because there are two things I like, donuts and bailing your sorry ass out of jail. At Johnny's Bail Bonds, we are the pioneers of the structured inverted remittance program. You need to get out of jail, but you can't pay. Thanks to recent Trump-related tax forgivenesses and labor loosenings, now there's a way to get out of jail and work it off. When you contract with Johnny's, you simply work it off at one of our state-of-the-art labor farms. While you are paying back my money, you will engage in such transferable skills like bovine evacuation retrieval and hay acquisition. You like chicken? Well, you'll be killing a lot of them if you don't pay me back my money, because my scumbag lobbyists in Washington have greased the right senators to make this just legal enough.
Hi, I'm a scumbag Washington lobbyist, and my mother's ashamed of me.
These animal innards removal sites are just out of the jurisdiction of regulatory agencies. Boom, boom, boom. In 3 to 90 months, you've paid your debt to the board. Meet the board. Spend 90 days at the county line or 90 days at county. Johnny's Bail Bonds, where eminence reigns supreme. And don't make me come after you too, punk!
And we're back. I just want to remind everyone that everything you hear tonight about Stevie D is true, unless, of course, it's something good, then it's a flagrant lie. Please welcome tonight's entertainment, Mr. Nelson Wooten.
I heard we were going to be honoring Stevie D, and well, how could there be an honoring without a little song from Mr. Wooten himself? I don't like to think of this song as addressed to Stevie D. Really, in some ways, I'd like to address it to everybody else up here with me at the dais. Oh, if you're feeling lonely like the world has got you down, if you're feeling lonely and your face only makes frowns, if you're feeling gloomy and the day feels rather grim, I'll tell you a secret so you feel like a winner. Oh, anytime you're feeling bad, there's one phrase you can say. 6 little words, sure, to brighten your day. If you want to feel lucky, all you need to do is repeat after me. It's really easy. Yes, it's true. At least I'm not Stevie D. No matter what can happen, at least that fool ain't me. Sure, your car got towed and the windows all are smashed, but at least you've never tasted the rim of a dog's ass, 'cause you're not Stevie D! Oh! I'm not Stevie D! That's the right mantra for you and me. Sure, you might have cancer and the chemo didn't work, but at least you're not known for being a public jerk. 'Cause you're not Stevie D. Yes, on the train, in a plane, that's where he likes to come, making sounds on school playgrounds, what he does for fun. Maybe your dog was just run over by after dark, but at least you can go within 1,500 yards of schools and parks. Oh, the big finish, everybody. At least I'm not Stevie D. Just knowing that means that I can die happy. Sure, your family was massacred by U.S. Special Forces, or you caught your children outside playing with horses, or your spouse sold your house to move off with her lover, and it turns out that guy she ran away with is her brother. Oh, no matter if those things happen to you, at least you're not Stevie D. Yes, that's all true. From the heart, people. From the heart.
Give it up for the song silence, Mr. Nelson Wood, and ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. Thank you very much. We are currently being viewed by over 73 million people worldwide, including the town of Tiffin, Ohio, that bustling metropolis. And as we all know, most of the decent people in the world have signed a petition to have Stevie D permanently moved to a very early Sunday morning time slot. And this next person, would like to speak in complete anonymity regarding how they love to hate Stevie D. Okay. May I introduce Ms. Gertrude Fogaza.
Thank you. Muchas gracias a todos. I am just so happy to have made the flight to get here tonight. Whew. My usual pilot had the flu, and I had to hire some third-rate company for transportation. But third-rate is why we're here tonight, isn't it? Yeah, pardon me if my makeup and attire isn't appropriate for this gathering. I was hauled off the set of my current movie. Some do, some don't even try. I'm not supposed to really talk about it as we're still filming, but I just had to get away from all the autograph seekers, the photographers. They hound me at my film shoots now. Okay, I first met Stanley. Yeah. So it's Stevie D. I need my notes. An actor can't live and breathe without their script. I'm a Shakespearean-trained actor. Oh. Okay, let's see. Where was I? Trained Shakespeare. Oh, yes, yeah. Well, my parents always told me how important it was to give something back to society. However, It is very unfortunate that society must suffer a person of such disappointing character, no matter what the Hollywood Reporter says. I never had any financials dealing with this man. We never frequented the same circles. And I never, ever had any children with him. And I can say with all honesty that I came on my own free will to confirm that Stevie D, the man in question here tonight, should be prosecuted to the full extent of the law, or at least be completely humiliated on national TV. Oh, by the way, I was told I could plug my last film, the one I finished last April in Thailand, or was it Cambodia? Anyway, it's called Don't Do It If You Haven't Already. It's a story of a Wall Street banker who goes insane and the beautiful wife who risks her life and her fortune to save him. I play the beautiful wife, of course. Anyway, he dies at the end in a terrible hurricane. The life can't save him. It's tragic, yet it's comic at the same time. Oh, rumor has it I may get an Oscar nomination for this one. Oops. Oh, hold on. It's my manager. Hey. Oh, yes. Hi. Gotta take this. Yeah, I'm giving a speech on the Stevie D show. See, that loser. I'm so sorry. I know. Oh, yeah. Let me call you back about the Jimmy Fallon interview. That's actually exciting. Okay. Job. Now, where was I? No script. Kills me every time. Oh, yeah, Stevie D. Actually, he isn't as bad as you're thinking. He's worse. He farts. He believes the earth is flat. Es un estúpido. Any way you look at this man deserves to be roasted. Plucked first, then roasted for a very long time. Hi, but I can't stay here really any longer. Sorry, guys. I have press conference next door. That's so important to my career. Oh, that's my manager again. Hold on. Yep, leaving. Okay, see you guys. Mwah. Besos. I love you so much.
We love you too.
Bye. Thank you. All right. So true. Thank you, Miss Congeniality. Let's take a minute to watch this while we pull out Stevie D's nose hairs one by one.
Hi, I'm Gwendolyn, a big-time TV star. You might know me from that hot new sexy drama, Night Nudie Nurses, where I play a nurse born into the body of a crustacean with a seafood allergy. I was also in Killer Crowns from Outer Space. I played an extra in the foreground in scene 2 and an extra in the background in scene 43. You probably think the life of a glamorous TV star is all coke parties, hot tubs, orgies, and celebrity selfies. Well, it was. But tragically, one day I discovered I had a gluten allergy. Every time I ate pasta, bread, or beer even, I felt bloated, irritable, kept yelling obscenities at animal actors on set, and was too lazy to swim in my underwater crustacean scenes. So I went to my doctor hoping for a prognosis and some heavy medication to put me under for a week. But on the way there, I heard several people talking about their gluten allergies and several more at the market. Then I called my lovely mother, and she said, "Even I have a gluten allergy." I realized that everyone in America has a gluten intolerance. If I took medication for it, it'd be abnormal. I'd be a deviant even. So instead of going to the doctor, I stayed at the market and bought $400 worth of gluten foods and products. I wanted to fit in, not be a deviator. I bought croissants and crackers and donuts and jello and pudding and rigatoni and meat and a whole makeup kit and loads of rolls. Now I even take a spoonful of gluten supplement every few hours just to stay comfortably bloated, gaseous, and irritable. And wouldn't you know it, now I'm finally like everybody else. Happy, unhealthy, and full to the brims with unnatural gluten. It's so easy, and you can try it too. After all, you don't want to feel like an outsider in your own town. Oops, gotta run to the bathroom. Nature calls.
You know, there's one very fond memory I have of Stevie D, but I can't speak about it because the FCC has forbid the story from ever being repeated in the state of North Dakota. I do remember, however, picking blueberries with Stevie D once after his mother told me to take him outside and lose him in the forest somewhere. Those are some of the best days of my lives. Yeah, good times had by all. Let's welcome our next guest, Mr. Heinrich Torres Giannini III.
Muy buenos, mamones! Hey, you may know me as one of my many aliases. hermano negro, los ojos muertos, y el nombre más famoso, a fuchiculo. But hey, all my friends call me Heine. It pleases me to no end to see all you despicable people here tonight, who've gathered to relish in the odd, the strange, the macabre, and our ability to exhibit questionable behavior, all for a good cause. The meaning Stevie D. But seriously, folks, he may wear a tuxedo, but he is no Ariana Grande. Yeah, but Stevie D got his big break on my Uncle Tito's farm, shoveling manure with his mouth and singing Appalachian reggae songs through his anus. Yeah, he was quite pathetic, yet so ahead of his time. That's actually how I came across his horrible behavior, his outlandish indignations, and his inability to learn how to play the kazoo with his penis. Yes, our story goes back beyond the time when men were men and farm animals were chastity belts. And I left Stevie D for the first time crying on the side of the road in sullied diapers. I came across this diseased little creature scraping with his tongue the sides of sewage containers for food. It was Stevie D. Oh, what a glorious sight it was to see the depths of his despair. It has come to my realization that there is one thing worse than being in Stevie D's presence, and that is being Stevie D. Once, when we were on one of our hashish-laden trips in Marrakesh, I dreamt that I was riding a motorcycle through the desert, wind swept and sand through my body, gaining flight, soaring endlessly as if I was an eagle toying with the earth. I turned next to me only to see poor Stevie D in a handmade tricycle with blocks and wheels panting furiously, saying, "Hold me, beat me, lather me in raspberry juice. Do what you will, I'll never reveal my secret for the implementation of preventative dentistry." Another dream spoiled by Stevie D. Well, my friends, fellow accomplices, and those who were extorted to be here tonight, we all know that it's like to be in Stevie D's tragic life. But what so many of us can't comprehend is how no one has managed to steal his tuxedo. But that would have required somebody to actually touch that plague-ridden, stench-filled excuse of investment. Well, no comment at this time about that illegal pornographic trial. Okay. Hey, gracias.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up from Mr. Giannini. Ladies and gentlemen and members of the Moldovan Parliament, many of you have written to our studio requesting that the image of Stevie D be banned from humanity and never to utter his name before and after Labor Day again. And now it's time to hear from the guest of honor himself, that man we love to loathe, that incredibly distasteful human being we call Ken, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Stevie D.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Don't worry about the pictures. Thank you, everybody. It's so wonderful to be here tonight with all of my very close ex-friends and business partners. It has been quite enjoyable for me as both an artist and a business module to do whatever I could to swindle you as often as possible. Sorry, honey. Please hold all applause until the end. My agent would prefer it that way. Thank you. When I was young, my mother used to tell me about our old Uncle Igor back home in Mongolia and how he used to sniff the backsides of the farm animals just for kicks. She told me that one day I could be as great as he was. Of course, he was arrested multiple times for vagrancy and exposing himself in public. But in my 35 years in show business, I do want to thank several individuals regarding them helping me. There's Jim and Tammy Baker. Although I never met you, I looked up to your corruptness as role models. I also want to thank my accountant, Edward Meese. Even though I really didn't appreciate you when I was younger, but you're taking me for that last $150 to buy those shares in WedTech, I'll never forget that. And lastly, I want to thank all of you watching tonight. These people aren't nearly as handsome as I am, but they have come to pay tribute to me, and you all at home are still watching. I also want to thank all of you fans for not showing up to the studio tonight to throw rotten fruit at me like you did the last time. Well, that's it for us tonight. Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you next time on Special Moments with Stevie D. Love you. Photo, anybody? Anybody photo? Photo? Wait, Mom? No, I was just...